can hear me clearly. We are just sitting here at the Auckland Botanical Gardens. It's very, very beautiful. And we're going to start this off by speaking some facts. And the number one fact of the matter is that you are the creator of your destiny. You're the creator of your destiny. You are the driver of your future. And whatever it is that you want to achieve, at the end of the day, it's you. You are the one that's going to have to make the choice. You are the one that's going to have to make the decision to do whatever it is, to go in the path that you want to go into. So remember that life's too short. Life's short. And if you're indecisive, well, it's just going to catch up to you. At the end of the day, it's not going to affect anyone else but you. So remember that you really have to enjoy life. You have to do what you're passionate about and go in the direction that you want to go into. So if you find yourself struggling to decide on what you want to do in life, just minimize the options. Ask yourself, do you really want to do these things? Do you really want to push yourself in the direction that you've been pushing yourself in for so long? Is that the way you want to go? Because if we truly ask ourselves this question, we can really figure out, are we on the pathway that we want to be going on? Are we actually on the pathway that is right for us? Or are we just drifting along on a pathway that someone else wants us to do? And the thing is with social media these days is that it's so easy to get caught up in seeing what other people are doing and watching what other people enjoy and watching other people succeed in their passions. And that's great. It's amazing to watch other people succeeding in their passions. But sometimes those passions of theirs can leak onto us. And we can already be on a pathway that we're passionate about. And one of these TikTok posts or Instagram posts or something comes up and it influences us to go in a direction that we actually don't want to go in. But we are so influenced by whatever we see that we think this is what we want to do. But we know. And then we go down it and we stick to it for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and then we give it up because at the end of the day, it's not what we want to do. What we want to do is what we were already doing, potentially. Or maybe it's something completely different. But the point is that stick to questioning your why. Stick to questioning. If something comes up and it takes you off the pathway very, very quickly that you're on, you need to ask yourself, was the pathway that you were taking in the first place actually a pathway that was leading you in the direction you want to be going in? Because the water was so shallow that it literally pulled you out of it with just one hurdle. It's like starting a channel or starting something and you give up in a week, or you go to the gym or you start working out and you go, oh yeah, I got some gains, and you stop. Or you start eating really well and you stop. It's because the why is not strong enough. The drive is not there. So you need to define what the drive is. You need to define a why that's so powerful that it's going to change your perspective. Your why is crucial to you succeeding in anything you choose in life. Because if your why is big enough, then you'll always find a reason to do it. If your why is too shallow, if you start something and you start just because you want to look better, that's the only reason. If you've only got one why, that why is not going to get you there. You need to have more than one why. need to have a few whys that will give you the power. So for example, if you're trying to work out, if you're trying to get fit, okay, let's say you're overweight, okay, your number one why is going to be your health, okay? Or maybe it's to do with feeling like you have more energy to spend time doing what you love, okay? Maybe it is you love playing a sport and you can't play it anymore to the level that you want to play because you're so unfit. Or maybe it's just spending time with your family. Or maybe it's something else. But the point is, you need to make that why so fucking strong that you have no choice but to go and do it. At the end of the day, the only person that's stopping you is you. So the way to get started is start small. Okay, start really, really small. And if any of you have read the book Atomic Habits, this is a fantastic book. What this book teaches you is it tells you and teaches you to micromanage what you actually want to do. So if you really, and it allows you to achieve anything you want in life, honestly, anything. You just have to apply this one thing. And the one thing is that when you want to do something, you make it so small that by doing it, it doesn't feel like it's any effort at all. So I'll give you an example. Let's say a lot of you here want to start reading a book, okay? And we all know there's this book that's been sitting there on the shelf for ages. You've been meaning to read it, but you just haven't got time to do it, you know? And you're like, how do I actually start reading this damn book, okay? It's on your mind, but it just doesn't happen, okay? What you have to do is you have to set it so small. And even if it's just opening the book, even if it's just opening to the first page and reading one word, how does that feel? Does that feel easy to you? Because if it feels easy, then 9 times out of 10, when you open that book and you read that one word, you're going to keep reading. And that's the point of micromanaging and keeping those tasks so small that the goal feels so easy to achieve that you're able to actually do it. And then you continue. And maybe let's use it for another example. Let's say getting up early, okay, or getting up earlier in the morning. Okay, let's say you want to get up at 7 a.m. and you currently get up at 8. Or maybe you want to get up at 5 a.m. and you normally get up at 8. Let's be honest, how many 5 a.m. programs have you guys tried, have you or me tried, where you try to get up early in the morning and you just can't get out of bed, okay? It's just not going to happen. You just, no motivation, no way am I getting up at 5 a.m. What the heck? You say the night before, you say, I'm getting up at 5 a.m. today. This is my day. You wake up at 5 and you press the snooze button instantly. It's not happening. I'm sorry. Well, the thing is, you're pushing it too far, too hard, too fast, because we need to get it into a space which is reasonably manageable. Okay? So maybe that reasonably manageable to you is 20 minutes. 20 minutes earlier in the morning. Okay, so let's say you normally get up at 8. Instead, you're going to get up at 7:40 tomorrow, all right? And you're going to manage that. You're going to say, okay, 7:40, that's only 20 minutes, easy, all right? The next day after that, you're going to do 7:20. The next day or the 2 days after that, you're going to do 7. And just already, you've changed your time from 8 a.m., you're waking up to 7. So you're slowly letting your body adjust and you're getting comfortable with it. And remember that when we make slow adjustments, we tend to keep it. It's like building muscle. You know, if you build muscle slowly and steadily over time, if you stop working out for a while, you're not going to lose your muscle. It's okay. It's going to stay. Yes, you might lose a bit of endurance, but if you stop working out for a month or two, you're not going to lose muscle, okay? But if you go on a stage where you're bulking and you're like trying to build shit ton of muscle in like 3-4 months and you want those beginner gains and you put on 20 kgs, all right? Most of it being fat, I'm going to tell you that right now. And then you get sick or you want to cut or something. What's going to happen is all this muscle and fat that you put on, you're going to lose fat and muscle at the same time because you haven't held that muscle for long enough for your body to actually say, okay, I actually want to keep this. And it's the same thing with memory as well. It's the same thing with anything we do. So by building a habit really, really small and really, really slowly, we can actually get there super, super fast, way faster than if we just set our bar way too high, okay? So really, really good one, guys. Okay, another one to add to this, all right? Let's say you have multiple things that you want to do, multiple habits that you want to build. What you need to do is actually combine them, join things together with other things that you already do every day. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say every day you are a coffee drinker, and in the morning you love to have your coffee. It's a ritual. You're always going to have a coffee, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to add something to that ritual that happens generally beforehand. And the reason why you want to add it beforehand is because you know that you're going to perform that ritual. It's going to happen. So if you add, let's say you want to read, let's say we're going to start with one word of this book that you want to read, okay? One word of this book that you want to read, okay? And you have your coffee in the morning, all right? What you're going to do is you're going to set on your calendar in a plan. This is another thing that's super important. You're going to set a plan, and what you're going to do is you're going to say, I'm going to read one word from this book, and then I'm going to have my coffee, all right? So what's going to happen is you're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to see your plan, and you're going to go, okay, I'm actually going to see this. Oh, I'm not allowed to have a coffee. I've got to read one word from that book. And you think, oh, one word from that book? It's going to take me, 5 seconds? You got to be kidding me. All right, I'm going to pick it up, I'm going to read it, and you're going to look there and you're going to start reading and go, oh, okay, wow, okay, I'm actually going to read a sentence here. Oh, I'm going to read a paragraph. Maybe I'm going to read a page. Fantastic. Guess what? You just started and you just completed what you said you're going to do. So join the things together that you find are easily doable with the things that are challenging for you, that you want to achieve, okay? And number 3 today, really, really, really important one as well, okay? This is a very important fact, so stay tuned for this one. Your environment. How your environment is set up to help you succeed. I'll give you an example. Is the book you want to read, we're going to use this an example with bad habits, okay? So let's say you play a lot of PlayStation, or you play a lot of games on your PC or whatever, okay? Is your PC or your gaming console always easily available to you? Yes, it is. And when a PC or your gaming console is so available to you, what happens? You have an urge in the back of your mind to go and play it because it's there. Now, what happens if you go and take your PlayStation and you put it in a cupboard that is out of reach, or you put it somewhere which requires some sort of additional method to go and get it? Let's say you have an attic, or let's say you have a garage downstairs, and instead of leaving it sitting there, what you're going to do is you put it downstairs in the garage. And what that's going to do is it's going to have to force you every time you want to play to go downstairs, hop in the garage, and get out your PlayStation. And what this is going to do is it's going to create a hurdle, a positive hurdle for you, because you don't want to do this to actually get there. And what it's going to do is it's going to make it generally hard enough that you're not going to want to go down there. Hi Hack, how's it going? Hope you're enjoying this. So definitely add these 3 things to your repertoire. Number 1, set your environment well. Now, to do the environment in a positive factor, which I haven't explained yet, the way to do it is by putting that thing in a situation which is much easier to achieve. So I'll give you an example of this as well. Let's say that you want to start writing a book. Okay, just an example. You want to start writing a book, or you want to blog, or you want to do something on your computer that is really, really gonna change your life. Okay, but you just don't seem to have the time to get on your computer. You just won't do it. So what we're going to do instead, okay, because let's say the laptop is out of reach, or there's too many games on the laptop, or something, there's some sort of distraction on there. So the number 1 thing we have to do is get rid of the distractions. You know what you have to do. You have to delete the things or make them hard to get to, okay? Now, to make the laptop easily accessible for you to do whatever it is you want to do, instead of, let's say, having it open or not open at all, what you do is you have it open in a place, in a situation where as soon as you walk in the room, you can enter the laptop and the thing is already up on the screen, what you want to do. Okay? Your environment is now set and triggering you to do what you want to do subconsciously. So walk in the room, let's say you want to start writing your book. Your word is already open on the screen and you're ready to start writing. Easy as that, okay? So number 1, hi Amir. So number 1 is that environment. Set your environment up to make it easy for you to achieve. Number 2, make sure that you couple the thing that's difficult for you to achieve and difficult for you to do, the goal, with something that you do every day as a habit. And number 3 is to make that goal so easy that it's like snapping your fingers. Okay? Thank you, Gina. And I'll give you another example of some other areas where you can use this technique. If you're wanting to start working out, if you're wanting to lose weight, or if you're wanting to eat more healthy, if you're wanting to read a book, if you're wanting to write a book, if you're wanting to learn a language, if you're wanting to start a business, if you're wanting to become an Olympic athlete, anything along these lines, it all starts from here. And there's another really, really important thing that I need to tell you. It's a pro tip. Everyone starts from nothing. We're all born. We're all given this beautiful earth to live on. And we all start somewhere. Now, yes, we're all given a different deck of cards. But at the end of the day, the truth is that we make a reality. Okay? So if you want to be a pro athlete, if you want to do something that is revelation, that just changes the world for you, you need to take one step at a time. And that step can be as small as anything. But you'll find that those steps, those little steps that you take every single day are going to add up to something great. Okay? Nothing comes great after one day. Okay? It always takes time. All right? So remember that, guys. It takes time. And I appreciate all of you coming in today. So if you guys have any questions about what I was just talking about, then please let me know. Otherwise, that's my motivational talks for today. I'll leave it till 18 minutes and we'll go from there. And I'm just going to show the beautiful, beautiful place here. Really pretty. Thank you, Amir. You too. I'm just going to give you guys just a little bit more time to take in this beautiful sunset coming. If there's any more questions, let me know. For those of you that are joining now, if you've got any questions, you can let me know. Otherwise, I'd highly suggest you watch the live from the start. It's going to give you some crazy good tips on how to succeed in life. Thank you, Mia. Yes. It is so beautiful here. guys have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to let you listen to the bird sounds and watch. Alright guys, so maybe we'll talk about one more thing that's super important for staying driven. And what's really the last thing that's super important for staying driven also is looking after your mental state. It's not allowing yourself to get into a toxic headspace around whatever it is that you are wanting to do. And it's really easy to do. It's really easy to go down a rabbit hole of comparing yourself to other people. And at the end of the day, you're only against yourself. You're only fighting against yourself every day. Well, it's not really a fight. It's more so a bit of being in unison with yourself. And yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll see you next time. Peace.